Welcome to Coleman Connections, a podcast about the show, and really it's about the show. But at this point, it's developed slowly. At this point, slowly developing into something that might end up out of control. Today's episode, whatever you want to call this, I don't even know what this is. To be quite frank with you, we're gonna talk about something I've been working on lately. Again, this is all dated, so I wouldn't really worry about it now. Um, Recently, I changed the name of the channel from the actual show to a network, and that change happened because I was like, what if I take, instead of just having one show, one idea, what if I try to implement, other ideas and other things? And it's like, um, the trick with that is what show is a part of what. And right now, I'm kind of in the middle. Like the first episode of season 2 was released last Thursday. I believe last Thursday was the 5th of January, 2023. So that video, and again, that video was actually that video in particular is actually just an edited video, an old video, and that's kind of the theme for a while, is just kind of to just produce content, just use recycle stuff. It doesn't remain that way, but it's I don't know. I guess you'll have to see for yourself. But anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Wednesday. Right now it's called Wednesday videos. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep them on Wednesdays, but it's just little short stuff, kind of unrelated to the actual show. And okay, I remember where I was going with this. The problem becomes, what do I want to consider part of this show, and what do I want to consider part of this other show? Currently, I have one main show, and it's on season 2, but it's like, just looking at it real quick. I'm on the playlist. It's kind of tells the timeline of things, and it's going to be interesting because this timeline originally starts off with like a pre-show. I don't even know if that's a term anymore. If it's not a term, I made it up. But it's like a pre-show, like the backstory or whatever, but it doesn't get into it in the actual. It's like I don't know. It's interesting, and I'm lost for words right now. But my point, circling back to what my point was. My point was, it's going to be interesting. I know I've said this numerous times, but I'm losing track right now. It's going to be interesting on how I'm going to develop this show into its own story while maintaining other simultaneous stories along with it. And then it's going to be interesting how I'm going to differentiate, whatever that word is, tell the difference for the viewer. This is part of this show. This is part of this show. Right now, it's not a big deal because I only have, the one show, at least for the next, little while. And the other part is kind of interesting because I'm kind of like putting a lot on myself here. It's like, and again, I might not, go full with this idea. Just kind of like, it's always a work in progress type deal. But I don't know just how I'm gonna just the first half of season 2 is kind of like spoilers ahead, but this won't get released until post show, after show, whatever you want to call it. Is kind of like a beginning. It kind of it follows like an introduction period, like, oh, this is welcome, this is who I am, because you got to reintroduce yourself to the show. And then it kind of follows what I like to call the conversation, era. And, in there it has funny videos, silly videos to kind of break up the content a little bit. But it goes from the conversation era to the apology era, which is only 2 videos, and then it goes to just, I don't even know what to call this latest era, because it's post the apology era. Which, what am I apologizing for? Or what am I apologizing for? I guess you gotta find out later. But it's like post apology era. It's like typically the apology era. The idea was, how YouTubers apologize, and it's like the most generic apology, and it's like littered with ads. I was kind of making fun of that, but I don't have any ads on my videos, or if I do, I don't get paid for it, which would suck. Which is fine. I don't have any viewers. So it's like, how do I come back from that? And and not only how do I come back from this era, from this different message. How do I transition to talk to a new era? And really, I haven't done that. Like I've kind of set up different things, with videos, see if any actually go along or whatever. Taking me down a certain path. But no, it's definitely interesting, because it would be like, oh, how do I pick up from here? But as far as the other show, as I call it, I really don't know what to call it at this point, is concerned. It's like, again, I'm talking about it a lot. I'm not even confident in, if it's something I'm gonna do. Just as of right now, ignore that. That's just the dogs in the background. They bark at whatever. I'm trying to formulate stuff to say. I have half an hour to fill, so I'm only at 7 minutes. So it's definitely interesting. I get ideas here and there. Like, I'm in April and it's only January, so what? January, February, March, April, 2 months? I'm 2 months out. So it's like, oh, if I don't have an idea today or tomorrow, then it's like, oh, well, I have until, really, realistically speaking, I have January and February to not worry about the channel. Maybe once March hits, and then I'll have to start with new content. But I doubt it's going to take me that long. Unless I say fuck it. I don't know if I can curse. Can I curse on a podcast? I guess it's mine. It's my audio. I'm gonna do whatever I want with it. But yeah, I'm not worried about going into March. Be like, oh, I need content or whatever, because spaced out. Even if I don't make content until March 31st, then I still have 2 weeks to pump out stuff. Granted, it might lose quality because I'm pumping out stuff, but sometimes it's about quantitative over quality. Sometimes I'm not even saying, like, I think, like, I'm happy with what I produced so far. I would say I've gone back a couple times and reorganized it. But as it currently stands, I'm okay with where it stands right now. But it's just I'm always looking for the future, for like other ideas and stuff like that. Like, let me just look at my notes, my sticky notes. I have like multiple tabs and note ideas and stuff like that. Just really in these notes is just the podcast notes, but it's just I have other notes on my phone. I'm doing that right now, like in real time. I'm going on my phone and going on my notes. Which is funny. I'm looking at my notes now. It's like more reviews, and it's parentheses easy parentheses. So I don't know. How that goes, which is funny because like, oh, I've actually, I did that type stuff. So anyways, yeah, I just got my notes. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. I might do that. But anyways, where was I? I lost my train of thought. Thank you, Google. Anyways, yeah. This after show. Really, the idea of this after show, it went in multiple places. But to get back on track, it was about the network and the future of the network, which is funny because when this gets released, if it ever gets released, there's going to be an after show. Which, how can you have an after show when the show's still airing? Well, you talk about future plans for the show, and it's like, oh, well, that happened. Well, now you can see where it came from. I don't know. Also a goal of mine too is also to I really want to bring in other people to this channel, but the problem with that is it's like, and I think I mentioned this before, I'm gonna mention it again. It's like I've never been like I watched their video and I was like, wow, it's not like up to my standards, in content, or I don't like this video or whatever, and it's like, oh, I can't say that because it's I gotta give them creative freedom, but at the same time it's like, if I was actually head of a studio and I wasn't happy with something, then it would be my final say if I aired or not. Which and like when I was younger, and again I mentioned this before, I've had multiple YouTube channels with friends, and it always turns into me kind of like taking over, and it's like, well, this is be fun, you're, and stuff like that, and it's like, I don't know. I've always, and I don't know. I want to bring other people on, like I said. That way, they can come up with content, and it's not just me coming up with ideas or whatever. Or maybe bringing other people to spitball ideas from. So I don't know. It would be nice, but it would also be nice to allow them, someone else, to be able to tell their story through this means, through the means that I am doing it as well. But again, is that really like feasible? Probably not. Sorry about that. Hypothetically speaking, what if one of these, what if the show, what if someone like big executive saw this small show and was like, this guy's funny, we can do something with that. Let's give him whatever, and it's like, that'd be cool. I'd be down with that. I would sell out quicker than whatever. But it's like, if that was the case, then it's like I would have a whole team of writers. I would have a whole team of editors, producers, or whatever. Making up the content too. So like, okay, we took this idea. So from this idea, let's take the story here. They would be like, what story you trying to tell? And I was like, what story do you think I'm trying to tell? And I don't know. It would be fun. It would be interesting to do something like that one day. But right now, I'm just my own, one man show, which is fine. It's kind of difficult to do this one man show, and I don't know how feasible I can do it for. Because I was hoping to expand my horizons, which again, just some real life stuff going on right now. This is all dated, but going on right now, some real life stuff. It's the 10th of January. In about a week, I'll be going to college again. And I haven't been in school for the past year, so it would be interesting to, maybe I'll make some, college videos or whatever, meet some people, or have some ideas from real life experiences from college. I don't know. I've already kind of got some of the footage, some videos that I've made. I was actually like a college video, like actual like college production. Like I was getting graded on it and everything, type deal. But I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, and I know I shouldn't get sidetracked when I'm trying to talk, but it's like I don't know how to talk and do two things at once. Really, I don't know how to talk. Period. That's why I'm talking to myself mainly, because I don't know how to talk to people. But it's not the point. The point is Anchor is the easiest way to record a podcast. Anyone check out? This is, I don't know if it's gonna be deleted history at this point. Anyone check out my first little thing? It's just a test video, test podcast, whatever you want to call it. But it's just a test thing, so it's no big deal if you haven't checked it out. It's just kind of like, I tried deleting it, but it's like, oh, if you delete this, then we can't ever blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, well, I guess if I can't delete it, then might as well just leave it up. And as a little, a little joke, because it's only like 5 seconds. Ultimate. So it's only 5 seconds. It's like it really matters. Type deal. Really, I'm just trying to fill like I want to get the whole half an hour out. But really, this is just me at this point. At this time, it's just me kind of spitballing ideas. Because how many ideas can you have by yourself? You know what I mean? But I am a one man army. So with that being said, original point, we keep getting sidetracked, but the original. Original point of the video was how do I go on with this concept of a network, and really, what does that look like? Well, it might look a lot of ways, but right now it looks like I'm just kind of reusing content. To be honest, that's what it looks like right now. Is reusing content. As I speak, I'm literally reusing. and it's nice to reuse content because it's like, um, even if you've seen it before or uploaded it before, it's like reintroducing it. I mean, again, this is old content that's years old at this point, but it's like I'm reintroducing it to an audience, and whether or not the audience has seen. I mean, if you've seen it before, great. It's not gonna hurt until watch it again, or not watch it at all, because I'm sure someone else would watch it. Someone that hasn't seen it would. But it's like bada dee bada boom. You know what I mean? No. I also like scheduling. This is unrelated. I don't know. I keep getting unrelated because I have like multiple things to talk about in regarding to this stuff. It's like I don't know. Maybe down the line. I mean, because like, for example, the Wednesday videos, as I'm calling it right now, won't technically air until a month from now, or 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 4 months from now, whatever it may be. So it's not like I have some time, and even then I'm already have content for that, channel, show, whatever you want to call it. So I'm not really focused on that right now. I'm still kind of focused on the original show, and then the question becomes, this original show, how far do I want to take it? It's like, do I want to take it to season 3, season 4? At like one point, do I need to tell, a new story, a new, whatever you call it. I mean, a new story is nice, but it's like, how long do I need to tell this story? And it's like it's always been, and it probably will be. It's like, what is this story? As like a viewer, it's like you don't know. It's like randomly disconnected videos, that don't really, make sense, when you look at it, as they come out. But to me, the after show, if you look at it, okay, this will come out in the far future. Because again, I don't know what's going to be going on, and when that happens, I could be in a totally different circumstance. But it's like, I don't know. I like the original show. The original show is, of course, the Mikey show, by the way, if you don't know what I'm referencing. I like the original show. I like the concept. I like, because it's nice to be able to, connect to that, to that, and I don't know what point I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm done with this. Be like, I'm moved on. Because it's a difficult thing, even especially when you take into consideration of what it actually means to me. And at that point, when I'm finally done with it, season 3, season 10, whatever, I mean, a million seasons of it, whatever. At that point, I'll be telling a new story. But at that point, what like I said, I'm a broken record again. I'm spitballing and talking to myself here. What's the story I'm going to tell? Because I'm already running into the issue of, I don't have any more ideas. Because it's like, okay, go back to season 1 of the show, philosophy. Talk with Alan, philosophy, and it's like, oh, that's cool. Because I talk about philosophy, and it's like, or talk with Alan, talk about church or whatever. Which I don't really talk about church in that video. I really just watch a church sermon and laugh at the jokes, but it's whatever. And it's like, I don't know. It's like I would love to bring back Talk with Alan. I would love to bring back Talk with Alan. But it's and also like welcome to the server. You know, I have other servers at this point. And it's like at what point do I? I mean, I only introduced the original server as a way for my doctor to see it, but it's like, and that video remained unlisted for quite a long time, you know, within itself. So it's like, and even then, I have a third server. You know, when do I want to release that server? Do I want to take it, you know, approach by approach? Like, oh, this is, you know, server 2, season 2, server 2. Season 3, server 3 type deal, which might be an idea. I might just take it to 3 seasons, or might take a break. It might be like, oh, I'm gonna we got canceled, you know, something like that. I might bring it back later when I, you know, want to touch it type deal. Which might not be a bad idea to do like a canceled episode, so I can focus on other stuff, not just focus on this show. I can focus on, you know, it's another which April I might actually do that. I might be like, we got canceled. The show got canceled, so that way I can focus on. So that way I can bring in another idea and kind of stop, because it's lately it's been what like, what do I use? Like, what do I say? What do I use? You know, stuff like that. So that might be an idea. That'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting idea. If I could always just record a video, you know, intent to publish it, and if I'm like, oh, okay, I don't want to do this, you know, that's the great thing about having scheduled content on a weekly basis is it gives me time to go back and, you know, I don't have to just do this, upload it, and then be like, never mind, and unupload it, and it's like, oh, well, why are you uploading a video and just not, you know? And it's good. I like to do that. So just currently, as of right now, I kind of divided. So I said I was in the apology era, which is what I call it, and then you have the new show era, which gets released alongside this stuff. But it's like, and then I don't know what to call this, because it's you have like 3 unrelated. Actually, I guess these 2 videos are related. These 3 videos are related, and it's like at this point, which was kind of accidental. I made the Wednesday videos relate to each other, so it was actually. Anyways, this is 28 minutes. I've been rambling. I'm gonna have a lot to ramble about, but I better stop. I better quit. Anyways, don't forget to do whatever, follow, subscribe, like, comment for more epic content.